Hello, this is Aaron Smith. I'm at the World Headquarters dining room table for Watchdog Indiana. This is the initial Watchdog Indiana YouTube video. This will not be a very professional production. It will be first take, one take, only take. I don't have the time in my life to try to make perfect videos, and I couldn't if I wanted to. You'll notice that I'm wearing a hat. If you look at the hat here, I'll explain what the significance of this hat is at the end of this short broadcast. I wear a hat for two reasons. One of them, I have a lot of hats, and there's a little bit of a story behind each one. And another one is that the only time my hair looks decent is right after I take a shower, and I'm not going to take a shower every time I want to do one of these little broadcasts. The point of this is to introduce Watchdog Indiana. I am the founder of Watchdog Indiana. Watchdog Indiana is an advocate for good government that focuses on the state and local tax burden of Hoosier working families. An affiliate, of which I'm also the founder of Watchdog Indiana, is Watchdog Lebanon. Watchdog Lebanon focuses on the tax burden of Boone County working families. Public policy initiatives and elected officials, elected public servants, are taxpayer friendly if they are results oriented, compassionate, and fiscally responsible. The definitions of these terms become apparent if you look over my websites to see the kinds of positions I've taken over the years. I have two primary websites. One of them is Watchdog Indiana. You can Google Watchdog Indiana and go right to the homepage of that website. You can also Google Watchdog Lebanon and go to that homepage. Again, Watchdog Lebanon focuses on Boone County. Watchdog Indiana focuses on Indiana statewide issues. The purpose of Watchdog Indiana is to educate, analyze, advocate, and motivate. I believe that I have a little personal conceit, if you will, that if someone spends 20 minutes of their life trying to understand one of my emails, that they will be educated about a matter of public policy to the extent that the greatest majority of our citizens are. These YouTube videos is meant to be another way to educate in addition to the emails. People learn by hearing things and seeing people talk, oftentimes better than they do from the written word. And when the analyze portion of Watchdog Indiana has to do with analyzing the particular matters of public policy, whether they are in the form of General Assembly bills or whether they're in the form of anticipated or taken actions by local government officials. If they significantly impact working families, then I will attempt to analyze those particular public policy initiatives from the standpoint of whether they're taxpayer friendly or not. From time to time, I will advocate to the best of my ability to try and identify what is a taxpayer-friendly public policy approach and advocate that that approach be implemented. And from time to time, I'll try to motivate folks to help in the process. Folks who agree with me are encouraged to contact their elected public servants to express their opinions. And even just as important, if somebody doesn't agree with me, then likewise contact elected public officials, because the best public policy outcomes will be realized when the greatest number of everyday citizens are involved, whether or not it's someone who agrees with me or disagrees with me. Uh, I have determined or decided to focus a significant amount of my attention on Boone County. I've I've been in Watchdog, Indiana has been in existence since November the 14th of 2001, and a lot of attention has been focused on the state level, and in doing so, I've spent some time down at the State House and become aware of the operations there, and there is just buku number of of advocates and lobbyists for all kinds of business related entities. And th- that concern has been reflected, in my opinion, in Boone County. That there are a lot of influence for folks who benefit from development, and these folks have a large influence in our county that's not being uh, satisfactorily balanced with the input of everyday citizens. I consider myself an everyday citizen, and I am for development that occurs in a natural manner, that's not forced, and that's not subsidized with tax abatements and grants and utility rate increases. My intent is to try to bring some balance to the decision-making process where everyday citizens concerned with orderly growth uh, has a voice at the table, the same as vested interest who benefit from growth subsidized by taxpayers and utility ratepayers. Watchdog Indiana is registered as a political action committee. Watchdog Indiana is non-connected, nonpartisan, and nonprofit. You can go to the Indiana Election Division website and search for Watchdog Indiana, and you will discover that since Watchdog Indiana was founded on November the 14th, 2001, $7,976.53 has been spent by Watchdog Indiana. 79% of that total expenditure amount came from contributions from me, totaling $6,289.49. This concludes pretty much the introduction to Watchdog Indiana. There's an email that accompanies this YouTube video, and if you went to the video before you read the email, you can contact me in this way by sending a email to tax3@comcast.net. My phone number is there on the screen, and you can also Google Watchdog Indiana and Watchdog Lebanon. Now my hat, LHS. Most folks here in Boone County knows that's Lebanon High School. I take special interest in some Lebanon High School athletes and go to a lot of their sporting events. Just for example, my next door neighbor is a junior at Lebanon High School, and he's on the Lebanon High School soccer team, and I've been watching him play soccer since he was about, I don't know, 5 or 10 years old. So I continue to go to his games and root with a significant amount of passion. And mentioning the term passion, from time to time I get passionately involved and passionately express my point of views, because I've spent 30 years of my life as a civic activist, if you will, trying to influence public policy matters. And to do something for that period of time, you have to have some degree of passion for it, I guess. So I will be passionate from time to time, but I do respect all points of view that derive from logical analysis of relevant facts. And if someone disagrees with me, looking at the same set of facts that I have, I appreciate that, and I respect that. And the truth of and the best policy probably oftentimes will be somewhere between where my point of view is and where other person's points of view are. But the point of view of the everyday citizen, everyday taxpayer, the taxpayer-friendly point of view needs to be at the table, and my intent is to keep it at the table. And that's it for now. This is Aaron Smith signing off from the Watchdog Indiana World Headquarters dining table.